That one's still good too. The bushings, is that good?
That's probably the original bushing, they
See, all right, Mr. Shady.
changed up for another Daws.
What is up, guys? We're back in the shop today. We found our leaf springs. So UPS yesterday lost my leaf springs. Also got a little box. Obviously in the little box, the leaf springs wouldn't fit. They said it was delivered, but didn't see it anywhere. So I assumed that it was left on the truck by accident. I went ahead and knocked one of the bushings out. Backs don't have bushings. It connects to the shackle in the back. But I got one more bushing to knock out. We're gonna put the polyurethane bushings in, put a little anti-seize on them. But anyway, we're gonna do that. We'll be ready to rock and roll some more. Hopefully get this rear end painted tonight, and we'll be good to go for tomorrow to install this thing back in. Here's my soap and the lid. Son of a. Got it. What's up, guys? It is Groundhog Day again. We got some more parts. We had to go to the best boat place in the United States, Tractor Supply. We got our front cup boats that Detroit Speed did not send us. Didn't come with the kit. Don't know why, but it didn't. We got those boats now. Figured out a couple things we got to do today. I got to get this rear end painted right here because it is going to rain the next 2 or 3 days, and stuff doesn't paint very well in the rain. We're gonna get the leaf springs put together and semi ready to go in the car. As soon as the paint dries on the rear end, it's gonna go in. We got about 2 weeks left, so let's get into this thing. We got a lot to do. If Dad comes over here, I'm gonna put him to work, and he's gonna clean the fuel cell. So let's get after it. Well, guys, summertime drizzle, so until it stops raining, we're gonna work on the car itself a little more. We're gonna put those clips on, show you how to do that, and we're gonna put the bushings in. The bushings are polyurethane bushings. They're really hard, and they're really difficult to get in. So I made this little contraption, and I'm gonna show you how I put them in. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna show you my doohickey that I made. This is all it is. It's got 2 washers on both sides with a nut that'll thread on by hand, and it's got a lock nut. So all you gotta do, take your nut off. I got a piece of all thread. I think it's like 6 or 7 inches long. So I got one bushing already in, but we're gonna put this one in. Take this. We're just gonna back it off. Maybe. And bam, just like that, it is in there. Just like that, both of them is in there. Now getting the sleeve in there, I haven't had to do that, so I don't even know if they'll go in there. Hopefully they will. We're about to find out as soon as I find where they're at. All right, well, we got our bushing in, but our boat is now stuck. We're gonna have to sacrifice this, and we're gonna have to cut it. We'll do that here in a little bit. Not gonna mess with it right now. So we are going to move forward, start putting those clips in. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, now we're up under the car.
No shit.
So these clips, like this with the nut on top, and they just slide in, so on and so forth. One goes there, and one goes here. And, oh, that's lovely. There's still one in there. So we'll have to get that out too. So what we're gonna do is take a pair of pliers, is what I did. And I shoved it onto the end of there, pushed it in, opened it up a little bit, grab the biggest hammer you can find, and bingo, there's one in, something like that. Alright guys, so I have my bucket of solution and I was cleaning up the dust shield, the nut, and the washer for the pinion, and I was looking at the nut and got to noticing every thread in this nut is ripped out. So I figured, well, how did it get ripped out? Well, at the end of the yoke, it's completely destroyed at the end, and therefore the nut got destroyed when I took it off. I guess some time ago it got messed up and it decided to bite me. So tomorrow we're going to try to get a hold of my machinist and see if he can fix, depending on how that goes. We'll see, but it's just one thing after another. Can never seem to catch a break. But for now, we're going to try and figure out something to do. I'm going to go search around and see what I can do. Until tomorrow, guys. Right off the bat, we messed up a ring gear bolt, and so then we had to go shop at Napa to get a fine threaded like 5/16 bolt. But anyway, we got the bolt, we got everything put back together. When I took the rear end apart, there was a shim that goes behind one of the spider gears that somehow managed to fall out. I have no idea how it could ever have fell out, but it did. So what I ended up having to do was take the ring gear off. That's when I messed up the boat. Then I'll drop you down here so you can check this out. This is what they call a limited slip. So these springs and plates in here let it one wheel peel when it's not under load to some extent. When you mash down on it, put the pedal to the floor, it locks both wheels and both wheels spin. So now we're going to attempt to put this back together. Here is the pinion. This is the pinion that I had to take and work on the threads all day yesterday. I finally got the nut that I had to go from advanced to get. We got it back on. So we're gonna go ahead and put the pinion in, and then we're gonna put the third member back in. We're gonna have to find some silicone, put around the ring gear so we don't leak. Other than that, we're going to put you up on the tripod, and we're going to get after it because we are way behind schedule. We have lots to do and not much time left, so we are going to get into this thing right now. Hopefully we get done today, and maybe go do something fun tonight, because this has not been fun. We've been fighting this thing for 2 or 3 days now, so let's get in front of the 8-ball here. Finally, the rear end is done and ready to go back in, I think. We're going to go ahead and lay everything out and get everything kind of squared to where it's supposed to be. And we're going to go ahead and put this thing in. I don't know how difficult this is going to be, but we are about to find out. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this, because I'm behind the ball today. Just now got down here and it's like almost 7 o'clock already. So we got to go. Alright guys, so I've been sitting here fighting this right side leaf spring because here we go again with aftermarket stuff. Ah, that hurt. I don't know how well you can see this. But see how great that hole lines up? It don't even line up. What the hell? So we have to take it back out. We're going to try to drill it out some more over to the left side of the camera so we can have it slotted, so hopefully maybe we can get the boat in. But we're gonna have to take it back out now. You see what I mean? How can you get anything done if you're constantly fighting stuff? I mean, it's one thing after another. It's just, I don't get it. This is how all this stuff is. It's just one thing after another. Nothing can just go right. The left side it fell in. The boats went in by itself. I just don't get it. But we're gonna have to take it back out now. Alright guys, well we almost had the rear end done tonight. We got this traction bar hooked up. We got the rear hanger hooked up. And we got the right side hooked up. So I went over here and was going to hook up this traction bar. I couldn't quite get this centered so I could put my boat in. So I went to loosen up my U-bolts on the axle. And lucky me, how talented I am, I broke the U-boat. So lesson for today is, guys, make sure you use anti-seize on your stuff. Don't be like me. Look, the threads are not even messed up. The threads are perfect. So I guess the nut galled it up from all the torque and broke it. So now we're gonna cut short of today and try to make some kind of list of what all I have to do before this thing needs to be ready. We are short on time. Hopefully we're going to make it. We went to all this trouble, so we're definitely going to try to make it. Still waiting on some wheels. I don't know about those yet. Guys, thanks for watching so far. And tune back in tomorrow, which will be right after this brief commercial. Just kidding, we don't have no commercials. We are going to try to find a U-boat tomorrow. We're going to go downtown and see if we can do that. Hopefully not mess this one up. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow, live from the shop. What is up, guys? We are back at it again. Today we are not going to break anything. Today we're going to have a perfect day. So I went, got a new U-boat today from some guys downtown. I felt very happy when they told me that the U-boats I bought were junk, that they were made from crappy material. But I don't know. I don't know nothing about U-boats, but I figured they did, since that's all they do is leaf springs and these kind of U-boats for like big trucks. So anyway, you know, it's not the people I bought it from's fault either. You know, it's just cheap made junk nowadays. You can't get anything worth a crap. Enough trash on China and Taiwan. We're gonna go ahead and hop under this thing and hopefully get this thing knocked out and on the ground, at least for looks. We still gotta tighten everything up, kinda. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that right now. Alright guys, we got all the U-boats tight. None of them broke this time. So we're gonna go ahead and put the wheels on it just for a mock-up. Let it down the ground. We're gonna tighten the clam shells up and the back shackles. It says that you're supposed to set it on the ground to do that, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then we're gonna put it back up in the air, put brake lines on, hook up the drive shaft, probably put the rear end oil, grease, whatever you want to call it. And I got some additive that you're supposed to put in with a a limited slip. So we're going to go ahead and put the wheels on it, move some of this junk out of the way. Well, I got it sitting back on the ground now. It looks like a four-wheel drive truck. She sits a little high. We're gonna have to fix that later on down the road, but for now, it's gonna have to do. Now we're gonna jack it back up in the air. We're gonna hook the drive shaft up, try to hook the brake lines up, get that finished up. maybe install the fuel tank tonight. We're gonna go ahead and put you over here on the tripod, and you can watch. So that's why you're here. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to put some gear oil in this thing so we don't burn the rear end up. We got some additive. We got this from Napa. I've never used this, never have heard of it. Just an additive you're supposed to put in with a limited slip if you have one from, I guess, factory. We're just going to use some 80W90 gear oil. We got to get it in that little slot over there that you can't see. We went ahead, as you can see, we hung the top shock off the top. But we didn't have bolts for the bottom, so we're going to try to pick up some bolts tomorrow. I didn't have the right size, of course, so tomorrow we're going to try to do that. Now we're going to climb up under this thing and put some gear oil in this thing. Okay, now that we dropped about $50 worth of fuel on the ground, we got the fuel tank empty, thanks to the radial flyer wagon. Now I can bench press it up in there, maybe. We're gonna go ahead. That almost hit the side of my truck. I would have been, woo, that was close. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and bench press this fuel tank into the car. Alright, right now we're going to put this thing up on the stands. We went ahead and spun it around. I actually started the fuel pump, pumped the fuel up to the carburetor, and it fired. So we're going to go ahead and jack this thing up and grease the front end. My dad's bringing the grease gun over here in just a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and grease the front end. I might put him to work and see if I can get him to fix the transmission. The transmission is pushed over up against the firewall, or not the firewall, the drive shaft tunnel. And the shifting linkages and stuff is kind of rubbing. So I'm going to see if I can get him to do that while I do grease work. But we're going to go ahead and jack this thing up, put her on stands, and we're going to get to going. What's up, guys? So I think when we left off last, we were messing with the transmission, our last video, or portion of the video. Anyway, I took the linkages and moved them all around. I ended up changing quite a bit of them, but third and fourth are flipped. So today we're going to crawl under this thing and switch that back around. We were running out of time today, or this week, right now that we're in. It's the last full week. Next week I got part of next week to work on this thing, but we're about finished with it. So we got to get this thing ready, but we're really close. We got to do some fuel line, or I'm sorry, fuel gauge. We got to put a fuel gauge in. The rear is really squeaky. I think it's because I didn't put any grease on the bushings itself. So we're going to try to pull that back apart just a little bit and put some grease on it. But right now, we are going to crawl up under this thing and get this linkage flipped around so we can do some bang shifting in the Camaro. So let's get after it. It's hot today. It's about 93. It's going to be hot all this week. So let's climb under this thing where it's nice and hot. Alright, so this is third and fourth. Right now it's in third gear, but actually it's in fourth gear. So third gear is that way. So we need to figure out how we're going to flip this. I have no idea. Oh, that's what was rattling last night. Okay, next thing we're going to tackle is fuel gauge. I bought one from Amazon, but they took like 4 days in comparison to what they said was going to take. They said it's supposed to be next day and never showed up, so I canceled it. And AutoZone had one, it was a little bit more, but we went ahead and grabbed that. I don't have to put a fuel gauge in it just to drive it into the show that we're going to. But what we're going to do, we need to keep track of how much gas is in it because we're going to do a lot of driving. We're going to go ahead and put this fuel gauge in. I've never put a fuel gauge in before, but it doesn't look too hard. Got some directions with it. Picked up some eyelets for this. Hopefully I don't need too much more. I might have to run to the store one more time to finish this. But we're going to go ahead and throw this thing in, and hopefully we'll be able to tell how much fuel we have in there. So guys, as you can see, the fuel tank's sitting on the ground. I dropped the tank again. The sending unit wasn't reading right on the gauge, so I ended up dropping the tank so I could pull it out. I pulled it out to check and make sure that my sending unit wasn't messed up. Well, I got the wrong gauge. Didn't really know that they made different kinds of gauges. So I'm going to call Jegs on the way home and order me a gauge that will work, and hopefully I'll have it by Friday. And that way I can just swap it out. I already got all my wires run, but we should be able to just hook it directly up. But other than that, kind of a step back in the wrong direction. But I'm going to stick the tank back in. I know the sending unit's not the problem, so we're going to go ahead and fix that. It's kind of late, so I'm not going to do it tonight, but shouldn't take very long at all to put the fuel tank in. This is the second time I've had it out. This is the second time I'm going to have to put it back in. So that's going to be it for tonight, but we'll be back here live again tomorrow, so stay tuned. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, we finally got our fuel gauge after our third attempt. We got the right one. Didn't ever really know that they make a different ohm fuel gauge for different sending units. But if you're going to put an aftermarket gauge in yours, be sure to check what ohms your sending unit is rated for. But anyway, we got that wired up. Right now, we got the car back on the block. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and pull the steering box off. This steering box is a little wore out. It was wore out back in the day when my dad used to drive this every day. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off. I got another one from another guy, kind of cheap. And we're going to pull it off. It's a little quicker ratio apparently. I guess we'll find out. We're going to pull it off, slap the new one on. That'll probably be it for working on this thing. What is up guys? As you can see, I'm not in the Camaro. I'm in the Grey Goose. And it's raining. So unfortunately I was not able to drive the Camaro in today because we changed the wheels and tires, and it has race tires on it now. And they're slicks, so we won't be able to drive it in the rain. The rain's supposed to move out about 10 or so. It is 10 o'clock and it's still raining, so we're just kind of waiting on the rain. I don't even know if they're going to do what we're going to do today. We didn't even drive it in here today because of the rain. There's not very many people in here today, but we're going to bring the Camaro in here tomorrow for sure. No rain tomorrow or Saturday. So we'll have a full day of track for you coming up soon. Several runs probably throughout the day. But right now we're just kind of waiting on the rain to go away. There's water in my floorboard. Anyway, we're just kind of hanging out, doing whatever. So stay tuned. We'll be back shortly with no rain. Guys, we are at the True Ride Nationals Autocross. What you just seen was my buddy James, we just rode with. We're gonna check out his car real quick. James, is it fast?
I don't know.
Don't know.
We gotta look at the clock.
He just said right along. Was it fast?
Yes, it was.
This is Lynn that actually built the car. He actually ended up buying it back. What year is this Mustang, Lynn?
91.
91. How many horsepower is it?
677.
Whoa. All of it. So right now we're gonna get the Camaro ready. James is gonna ride with us a couple times. I just rode with him, so now I'm gonna try to scare him.
Damn.
He's got somewhat of a seatbelt.
Yeah.
This is gonna drive like a boat.
Oh, yeah. Is it 4-speed?
Hold that. So don't fly out the floorboard.
Yeah.
Man, there's a long line now.
Yeah, there is. Is the air working this?
Nope. Yeah, I put a 1-to-1 gearbox on this.
Oh, shit.
Hopefully it works better at higher speed.
Yeah.
Just made our first run, come in and went to back into our spot. We didn't have no reverse. The linkage clip popped out somehow. I don't know how, but we're going to go take this pin and see if we can put it in and fix it. So we got reverse, so I can't back up. So let's climb under this thing and see if we can fix this. Look at this.
Custom in charge.
You ain't tore this thing up yet?
Trying to.
Hey, boy.
I thought we was going.
Huh?
I thought we was going to go.
What is?
Huh?
It will blow up in the middle of the course. Boom! Oil all over the track. Oh, better you kid. I can video this.
Better hold on to your phone.
Huh?
I said you better hold on to your phone.
I'll think about videoing it. In here. Think it'll work?
It might. I hope this guy gets out of the way. See this camera guy? I guess I better be paying attention here.
We're rolling. According to this,
It was slower.
it was slower. I don't know, it seemed like it was running pretty good.
That's slower. Give me my floor mat.
Yeah, but it's slower.
It sounded like it was RPMing a lot more.
Well, I think it probably was.
Oh, I think
I
it broke
don't know.
my
It seemed like it. I can imagine 10 seconds faster. That was all I can do is hold on.
I wish you could hear me. Did you say I'm supposed to hit as many cones as I can?
Preferably, I love it if you didn't. But I'm not the one picking them up, so I don't really care. I'm sitting in front of a fan. I'm good.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
See where Lyle's at. Okay, you're good.
What'd I get?
50.
50.1. That was the best it was. It's fluttering. Carburetor.
Yeah, I get on
Took all the way around.
I get on the gas and
What was it, bogging out?
yeah, it's when I flat foot it. I told you can't flat foot it.
Get your carburetor put on tonight.
I ain't got none.
I got a little 2-barrel probably wake it up.
Probably would.
It's like a garden hose going off on the side.
Maybe a couple shots of oil 2 octane or something.
Yeah, put what? Maybe nitrous. Not nitrous. What is up, guys? It's another beautiful morning here at the Street Rod Nationals, but not for Daws Custom. We broke a upper control arm. Actually, we didn't break it. The upper bushing fell out. I think I have some old ones up at the garage. So we're actually heading there now. We're gonna try to fix this thing. I don't know for sure if I'm gonna be able to, but we're gonna try, because we didn't come here just to say, hey, we come here to race. So we're gonna head back right now and see what we can get fixed. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got the Camaro back here. I'm going to show you what happened. As you can see, get the camera out of the way, the bushing fell out. The polyurethane bushing that I just bought, yeah, it fell out and now it's gone. So we are going to try and put another one in. And we might do a little look over, make sure nothing else is going to fall off or break. So we're going to try to get some pressure off of this and see if we can push the control arm forward somehow and see if we can get this thing back going so we can get back into the show, because we're not at the show anymore. We are at Daws Custom, so let's see what we can do. Alright, well, we got the control arm back on. I ended up having to take it off. The bushing I put back in there is not a polyurethane bushing, but I think it will do the job for today. At least it's not all flopping around now. But I ended up took these bolts out of this one and put Loctite on it, so they didn't fall out. Unfortunately, I've lost my polyurethane bushing. I might try to go walk the track and see if I can find it, at least get it back. But we're going to load up, we're going to go wash our hands, and we're going to head back to the show, and we should be ready to race here pretty soon. Stay tuned, here we go. Here we go, showbound. Not every day you get to drive a high-powered race car to the drive-through. Get your breakfast. Well, guess what? Today we is. Thank you too. We got a new special guest returning to Daws Custom for his second appearance. Trey is going to do a ride along today with us. Trey, how you feeling today, buddy?
I just don't want to die.
Oh, we ain't gonna die. We might hit some walls and some cones, but we won't die. But we almost killed the Camaro yesterday. But Trey, we're looking for a 49 today. Don't know if we can get there, but we're gonna try to get close. When we're going around, try to like hold yourself. It's hard to, but try to hold yourself in the seat.
There ain't much seat.
I know. Just try to lean into the corner so we can get some good weight distribution.
Oh yeah.
Because we need it. The key is we can't load the car up when we launch, and we can't spin the tires.
It seemed about like every time you spun them yesterday.
Yeah, they need to sweep it right here. I would even volunteer to sweep it, but it's a lot of work not get paid for.
There ain't nothing to hold on to.
good.
Yeah.
Well guys, Trey got scared I guess. He didn't want to go again. About 49! Let's go! 49! We did a 49! We did a 49!
Yay!
I want to take a break,
Yeah.
but
You were here earlier, you heard they're like awesome.
holy shit.
About 5 minutes, plus you can get in there, have something to eat, sit down, enjoy the music, enjoy the food, and get ready to go for drawing.
Alright guys, we're going to lunch right now. We just run our fastest time of the weekend. Probably gonna run some more. Probably won't get any faster. But we'll see what we can do. So if we can break any more stuff. If we break anything, we're probably just gonna go home. Because I don't want to have to fix anything else. So anyway, we're right back after this brief commercial. Oh guys, unfortunately that was our last run. Yesterday, I didn't know that they had a driver's meeting for the top 8 in the class, which I was not in the top 8, but they had a shootout for the top 8, and that was it. That was our last run, which was our fastest time of the day and the weekend, so that's always a plus. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Don't know if I'm going to do it again next year, but it was awful fun. If you ever have the chance to take anything to an autocross event, I would definitely recommend it. It's fun. And I got like $2,500 in the car doing all that to it. Went through the suspension, whatnot. You've seen all that. So come see us. We'll see you guys next time. Remember, keep on hot rodding. Thanks for watching.